Is there such a thing as over-validating? I know a guy that was told he was wonderful at everything, so he thought he was the best at everything, but like when released into the real world, it shoot him up and spit him out. Yes, over-validation is not good. Unconditional positive. You can have unconditional positive regard for children by also acknowledging that there are things that they are not good at, and holding them accountable to things. It's okay to learn that maybe you're not the best at something, and then you have to decide whether you want to work for it or whether you want to go find something else that you're better at. But over-validation is never good, because then or if you have parents, I see this more often than not, parents who swoop in and basically intercept consequences for their kids and don't allow their kids to experience the consequences of their actions. Like, I think one of the worst things that can ever happen is if a kid does something undesirable and there are natural consequences for that are not, going to kill them or put them in danger. And then parents basically do everything they can to buffer those consequences and make sure the kid isn't punished. For example, it's like if a kid goes to school and is acting out in class and being really disruptive and really annoying, and the teacher sends the kid out of the classroom, which is arguably a very appropriate response, or tells them they have a detention, and then the parents go to the school and they yell at the instructor for the fact that they put their child in detention, and then basically get their child out of detention. What you've just taught that kid is that you can do whatever you want and I'll bail you out of it. And you can't apply the idea that a child or even a teenager understands the way the world works and thus will understand what you just did in context. They don't. And so if you do that as a repeated behavior over and over and over again, you bail your kids out of adversity and discomfort, you have just set them up very poorly. I have to remind people all the time that children are not little adults. Teenagers are not little adults. Teenagers have an overly simplified, albeit can be quite dumb, understanding way of the world works, but that's understandable developmentally. And if you make them feel stupid for that, that's a bad idea. You could trace just about any problematic thing that happens with kids and adults to problematic parenting and problematic conditions that were set up for them while they were growing up. Almost always.